Okay, so you can stop your screen share.
Okay.
There we go. I got you covered. All
Okay,
right,
thank
so for those of you that are getting ready to apply for Google AdSense, I've had people ask me, well, especially if y'all see PC Marks, that's my Phyllis. Um, she has a great rapport with her AI, and I've told you guys you have to train your AI program because it will help you in the long run. If you're just starting with AI and you ask it to do this, it's going to tell you it can't. So if you've been on your AI program a while and it's helped you develop marketing programs, pages, ideas, and things like that, and you've named it, it's giving you a personality. You've given it a personality. It will help you. So you can ask it if you think you're ready for Google AdSense. Say, hey, I want to apply for Google AdSense. Can you help me review my site? And if it says no, I can't do that, then you haven't developed that rapport. If it says sure, then it's going to tell you what it requires for you. Now, mine, I tell it, hey, I need you to see where I need to fix my site. It's been down. I haven't updated it in a bit. Can you go through it? I'll give it my whole site, 5e95.com, and it will do my whole site. It takes it about 5 or 6 minutes to come back because it's got a lot in there. And it only looks at what you have published. It doesn't look at anything that's drafted or anything you have marked private. Because like I said, I journal on my website and I have it marked private. So there's that. So nobody can see it but me. It's passworded. It doesn't see anything that you have passworded. So it only sees things that is published, that's public. Okay, that is out there on the web. Sometimes it might say, yes, give me a few samples. Yes, always say please, thank you, I appreciate it. Because mine tells me all the time. We really conversate. I'm actually in the process now of creating a weight loss program with all the different things with my natural remedies pairing with some of the Velveeta Jeunesse program. I actually ordered the NAR. I posted in there, guys. They're having a buy one get one free for NAR. So if you haven't
you.
tried that,
Cool.
go in there and grab it. They're also having buy three get three for the sprays. Trust me, I got on that because I take a spray with me everywhere. Um, I have one in each purse. I have three purses. My husband laughs at me because I take them all with me everywhere. Um, so, you never know. Can't fit everything in one bag. So that's just I have to carry my iPad, my phone. You gotta have stuff. So go in there and get those. So again, just there's some good things going on. Just remember the NAR only comes 15 tubes to a pack, so you need 2 packs to get through the month. Um, so with Google AdSense, so go in there and ask it that. But when you go, you have to apply or you have to register with Google AdSense. Okay. Some people's like, I need to apply for Google AdSense, and you go in and it's like, they don't know you. So you have to go in and create an account for Google AdSense. Okay. Once you create that account, then you're going to give it some information, ask the questions, and then you're going to put in your website. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And so when you go to the Google AdSense, and I got to get that fixed, I got to give that to tech support. You're going to get a message from Google that once you apply for Google AdSense, you're going to get access to your bar, to your AdSense site. And you're going to come to where it says ads, and it's going to have get code. Now, when you get the email, it also is going to have your code in the email. And what you want to do is there's 2 things you need to do. Number one, you need to send that code, copy the code, and send it to your instructor because we have to give it to IT so they can go and verify and validate your website. All right. And then what you're going to do is you're going to copy this code right here. It's not that big. You're going to copy this code, and then you're going to come to your dashboard. You're going to go to where your widgets are. Excuse me. Appearance, and go to widgets. All right. And once you get to your widgets, there's two places you need to put that code. You're going to put it right here, left of menu, underneath the search bar. Now I have translate. Some people don't have translate. You need to get translate. But for right now, for Google, it needs to be under the search bar. So you're going to open this up and literally you're going to type in HTML because it's an HTML code, custom HTML, and you're going to paste that code in there. Okay. And then you're going to come down to where it says write content sidebar. You're going to open it up. And right underneath the search bar, you're going to do the same thing. Custom HTML, open it up, paste that code in there. Then you're going to click update. Your instructor is going to do a ticket for you in IT, and he's going to go to, they're going to go to PBS support. In the comments, they're going to say Google AdSense approval code. Paste that code in there. Okay. And send it to IT. Let me know or your upline, MSI, GSI, CSI know so we can get on the CTO chat with Matt and say, hey, I got a student needs approval for Google AdSense on their website. So he can go and give permission for this code to come in there. Then Google will use that code to literally crawl through your site, meaning they're going to look through all your pages. And if you have Rank Math or Yoast, when we had Yoast, the first thing they're going to look through is see if you follow those basic SEO parameters. If you don't, then they're going to dive deeper. Then they're going to go start looking for content. They're going to start looking to see if you have plagiarized. They're going to look and see if you're using the same thing over and over. They're going to start looking at your links. They're going to start looking, they're going to nitpick to death. Okay. I did a page on what Google is looking for 2025. It's actually on one of my other websites. I didn't put it in Triple R in this one, even though there's one in there. So if you go to my site and you want to look for the standards that Google AdSense is looking for, it's there. Okay. And you want to make sure you follow those guidelines. Now, if your site is small, now I don't let my students apply for Google AdSense unless they have a minimum of 100 pages. Okay. Which means that you've written about 10 to 12 pages of your own. That shows Google that you have credibility. It also shows Google that you have relatability, meaning you can write about things other than just that. Also, they want to see that you have a variety of things that you're marketing. That's why I'm telling you guys to go out and get other programs, whether you are an affiliate or not. Find things that you like to market and put it on your site. Next week when we come back, next week when we come back, I'll have a list for you guys where you can go and get approval for different things. Some of them have referrals, some don't. The majority of the ones I work with do not have referrals, so I won't get any compensation for these. Okay. So I'll have that list, also a list of places that you can market, advertise. So once you get that done, everything is going to be for Google to come in here and look. It usually takes anywhere from 48 hours up to 3 to 4 weeks before you hear back from them. Okay. And it'll be one or two things. Congratulations, you got approved. Okay. Or it's going to see at this time, your site didn't meet requirements, blah, blah, blah. Here's what you need to do. And it's going to give you a link you're going to go through, and it's going to have all these rules and regulations. They're not going to pinpoint what was wrong. There's usually 3 things why your site gets rejected. Not enough content, meaning your pages are really short. Okay. Not enough advertising, meaning you don't have enough programs in there for them to market, or that you've marketed enough. Or you don't have enough traffic, meaning you haven't advertised enough. That's why I say whenever you write a page, you should also have your marketing and do your marketing right then. Do everything at one time. That's why I say whenever you're creating a new page, you just set an hour, hour and a half. So you have an hour to write your page, 20 minutes or 10 minutes to do, go to chat GPT and say, hey, I need 10 ads. And then another 10 or 15 minutes to go and actually put those ads out. That's the only things that will cause Google to reject you. Or if you, here's one, if you have a new site and it's 2 days old and on your 5th day you go and apply for Google AdSense, you're going to get immediately rejected. Sorry, you haven't had it long enough to modify, or add content or publish or advertise sufficiently, unless you pay for advertising, and that's not in my budget. I tried that one time, spent thousands of dollars, didn't do me any good. Generic traffic works best. So that's as in a nutshell for Google AdSense. But you have to go in and create this account. And if you just go to googleadsense.com, you go there and hit apply. Let's see, hopefully. See, because I'm in it, it's gonna let me get out of it. Yes, that's what I want. And there it is right there. So there it is right there. Hopefully it won't pull up my own Google AdSense since I got out. So right here, you're going to go to sign up. When it clicks sign up, you're going to follow the prompts, what it's asking for. Okay. You got to have a Google account. If some of you are still using Outlook or Yahoo or whatever that is, you have to have a Google account to get Google AdSense. So you select which account and please mark which account you're using. I have people that come and say, I can't get my Google AdSense because you set up the wrong account and then you click your accounts and you're in the wrong account to try to find your Google AdSense. So make sure you write down which account you're setting up. Okay. And once you do that, you just follow the prompts. Blah, 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 blah. I already have Google AdSense. I don't want to set it up again. It might ask you to validate your website. If you get that message, let your instructor know because there's steps that we have to get IT to do so that you can validate your website. All right. Does that make sense? Nick, Rochelle, is she on here? So you guys, I know she's got one. Nick's got a student that's ready. So make sure, or Nicole, I can't remember, probably both of y'all.
Sheila, sorry, it took me a while to find that doggone unlock button. From what I understand, she got her Google account. We did the IT process, just like how you gave us a description and we put it into the footers and all that stuff. And then she got an email back. At first, I wasn't sure what it was because it sounded like it almost like she got approved, but she got another. I think it's the same code. So I think what's happening is that IT did their thing. Google apparently may have seen or had the ability to go in. They did not come back with an email to say you were rejected or approved. It just said, apply this into apply the code. So I think what we'll do is go through that whole process of putting in the left and right footer.
And it could be that IT hasn't got it in there yet. So Google has the code, but they can't go see it. So they're telling you again, go put the code in. So
okay,
IT may not have gotten the code in there yet.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Now would IT send me because what Rochelle did was infoed me or I was CC'd on there. Would I get a notification from IT that they did something?
If she CC'd and you're the instructor on her card, He
Uh-huh.
may or may not CC you on when he gets it fixed, when he gets it added to her website.
I got a
Okay.
question.
Yes.
There she is.
Yeah. Um, okay. I think I do want to wait for a minute before I actually try to get it to apply or finish the application because I do believe that I need a lot more work and content in there
Yeah.
to make it,
Well,
Yeah.
So
right.
can I just go on there and
You can go on there
delete it?
anytime. Yeah, you can go on there anytime you want to and apply.
Okay. So what
Yeah.
do
Now,
I just leave it as it is, or can I delete that
If you've already
code?
got the code in there, leave the code.
Okay.
yeah.
I would leave the
Is
code because you can go in there
And save it somewhere.
until they reject you. Um, just leave the code in there and just continue to work on it. And then when
Hmm.
you hear back from them, whatever they say, you never take the code out. Because if you take the code out, then Google assumes you don't want them. And then when you try to
Okay.
apply again, you will be flagged. And then
ah,
they'll
I
put
gotcha.
you on the back burner, and it could take you up to a year before they're like, okay, we'll go look at your site.
Hey Sheila, there's one other question I have. It deals with category pages.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the categories have got maybe two or three product lines or services that are on there. And if you look, and remember, this is following a make the product description short, two, three to maybe five sentences. Don't repeat all that stuff. That is very hard to get 1,500, let alone 600 words.
Okay, were you on the call last week?
I wasn't, unfortunately, I was out of
Okay,
town and we
so
didn't
we
have
addressed
access.
that last week where you go and find pages in your site that can cross reference in multiple categories.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I tried, which tried some of that to a
Yeah, and
degree.
what you're going to do is you still have to change. You can still use that same page. So if you have a health and fitness category and a beauty category, you can put the same products in both if they cross
Right.
market to both. You
Yeah.
just have to change the description,
Right.
the actual
Right.
description. So until you get more content or you find more products, then you got to avail that space with paragraphs.
hmm
So
Yeah. What,
write a
yeah.
paragraph.
Okay. So what has got me a little bit confused is that she could end up actually writing, I've even seen her where it's less than 600 words overall as green. And the only thing I always instructed that red is bad, so red X is not good.
No,
So as long as it gets to an orange with a check mark, it's orange
no,
too. But
no, it's
no,
the basic
And
SEO has to be
has to
green.
be green. Has to be a check mark green. Okay, at
Yep,
minimum. Okay,
minimum
got it.
has to be green.
Okay, well we'll
And
have
that's
some
why
work to do
yeah,
then.
and that's why I said if you and Google's is like if you can't write that many words, even though it's a category page, it still falls under those parameters. So we have
Okay,
to make sure that either we write more content or we use the content that we have and fix it to where it can meet multiple categories. And sometimes
okay,
it's just adding a different paragraph, incorporating a different keyword, and making it all flow together to where they can be in multiple paragraphs. Because you can have multiple pages and multiple paragraphs. You just have to make sure that your blurb fits
yeah,
the category it goes in, and the page also
gotcha.
will fit.
For instance, like Savings Global Highway, you could highlight travel, you could highlight
Mm-hmm.
clothing, you could highlight health,
Yep.
and they could be on the same, on some of them could be on the same category page, but different kind
Yes.
of focus.
Yep.
Yeah,
Depending on what you're
that's that.
focusing on.
Uh, yeah, we talked about that
And
before.
when you and that's where the table of content comes in is if you're using the same page
Uh-huh.
multiple times in one category, then
Yeah.
you need to make sure that you have a table of contents on the page so when they come and look for clothing on your Savings Highway Global page, they don't have to read about all the other stuff before they get to clothing. Because you
hmm
advertise it specifically for clothing and they go and read your page and they can't find clothing and you got clothing way down at the bottom and you got a 1,500 word page, They're not gonna stay there and read everything. They want that table of
Right.
content, say, oh, there's clothing, click, goes straight to clothing.
Clothing. Yeah, right. So the table of content would be on the Savings Highway overall one, right? To
Yeah,
get down to clothing
you don't
versus
put a table of contents on your category page.
right. That's what I figured. Yeah, it had to
Yep,
be on the Savings Highway, but got it.
yep, yep,
Okay, you cleared up the whole bunch in my
yep.
mind.
Okay.
Simple
And
farmer like me,
trust me.
like
And there was another question somebody asked. Hold on, let me see if I can remember what it was. The all things pages. I'm
yeah,
going to stop this because this is one of the things I got in trouble with.
yeah.